Ladies and gentlemen, a true American hero, Miss Jane Horton.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jane Horton, and I am the very proud wife of Army Specialist Christopher Horton, a sniper who was killed in Afghanistan September 9, 2011. I want to first and foremost say how deeply honored and grateful I am to be here today, and how humbled I am to be in the presence of patriots and American heroes that have fought for me and have bled for me, and the families of those who have died for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. A little over 11 years ago, I met my husband in this very same city, in New York City. We went to a small private school in the Empire State Building, one many of you have probably never heard of. Him and I stayed friends for a couple years. We started talking about politics in 2008. We reconnected our friendship, and 2 months later we were engaged. It went very fast, and our families were pretty shocked. The way that I knew he loved me was he sold all of his guns to buy my engagement ring. And I wore it tonight. But I will say the reason why I fell in love with him is, first of all, he was a man of honor and integrity, and he loved America more than anyone I've ever met. I moved to Oklahoma to be with him. We got married a year later, and he had already joined the Oklahoma National Guard to serve his country and to use his honor, his gifts, and his talents to serve during a time of war, as many of you have done. He knew when his country needed him, he was going to use his skills as one of the best shots in the country to go over there and to take the fight to the enemy. He did just that, and he deployed in 2011 on his first deployment to Afghanistan. And I will tell you, it may sound cocky and it may sound naive as a military wife, but I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that my husband was coming home. He was the best of the best, and we knew nothing would happen to him over there. On September 9, 2011, I had gone to my college classes, and I had another military wife over who was making care packages with me to send to my husband for his 27th birthday. And at 8:00 p.m., I got a knock at the door that my husband had been killed earlier that day. And I have to tell you, when I stood there and when they notified me, it was never a woe is Jane moment or my life is never going to be the same. It was this man loved me enough to fight, bleed, and die for me during a time of war. And I knew from that moment forward, it was my job when I faced him in heaven one day to say, when your brothers and sisters came home and when our country was more divided than ever, I looked to the American flag and I looked at the red, the white, and the blue that's weaved in, and I didn't just look at the red and the blue, but I looked at the Constitution and I looked at what you gave your life for. And I joined organizations like Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America when we needed them the most and when we needed to support our veterans that have fought for us. Superheroes don't exist in this world anymore. America's looking for leadership. They're looking for people of honor, people who have served, and people who have done something bigger than themselves. And that is our American veterans. They're looking to you. There's no one who has done this more in his life or served his country to a greater capacity than our current Undersecretary of the Army, Patrick Murphy. Not only did he volunteer to serve his country during war, but he chose, after he deployed to Iraq with the 82nd Airborne, to serve in Congress as the first post-9/11 vet to represent all of you, and he continues to fight to this day as the Undersecretary of the Army. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, really, to be here today and to fight for each veteran in this room and to introduce such a great man of honor and courage. I want you to watch the video here today for me.